Hello everyone, this is Lone Star Lawman with one of my informal reviews again, and today this is different today. Today we're talking EDC, everyday carry rotation, ammunition that you should carry and practice with. And I also have something at the end for the ladies as well, which I think you'll want to stay tuned for. First of all, let me tell you about the concealed carry that I do. This is my concealed carry, okay? These three I pretty much stick to the rotation every 3 or 4 months. Now, as I told you in a previous video, some people don't like to rotate. They want to keep the same trigger system that they use every day, which is fine. For me, every 3 or 4 months is enough to where I can get used to it really quick, especially if I do some dry fire training in the morning with the pistol that I'm going to be carrying that day. Kind of gets my mind set for what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so I've reviewed these guns before, so I'll just go over them with you briefly. This is my H&K P2000 9mm law enforcement modification trigger. It carries 13 rounds or 17 if I've got the P30 mag in it, and it works very well. And here's the holster that I carry it in. Let's see if that's the right one. Oh, there it is. Here's the big boy. This is the one I carried in. I showed you on the other video, but just for people who, if you've not seen my other videos, this is what I carry it in, a Vetter company holster, black carbon fiber. I like to mark them. I don't know if you can see that real well. I like to mark them to make sure I know what I'm doing, but that's what I did for that one. And okay, the next one I like to rotate is with the Springfield Armory SA-35. This is the Browning high power clone, which I actually believe is the high power that John Moses probably would have wanted, because it has all the features of everything you need. But anyway, I've reviewed that in another video. You can look that up. Okay, this holds 15 whopping rounds, and let me get the holster for that guy. Let's see, that's not it. Oh, I forgot to get, oh, there it is. There it is, right over there. Sorry folks. Here it is. Yeah, you can see where I marked it. And it's also a black carbon fiber. And we'll put it in the holster to show you how it fits. Now normally I would carry this gun, let me take it off again, locked and cocked, one in the chamber, and of course the Kydex protects the thumb safety. Just let y'all take a look at that real quick, see how it looks. Works well for me. This is all outside the waistband with the pancake wings. Alright, now Mr. Carr. The Carr has been a pretty fun gun to carry a lot because it's light, it's easy to, there's the holster. Easy to carry, and it's light, only about 14, 15, 16 ounces, something like that. Show what it looks like right there. Give you a better look there, okay. Take that out. Now this holds 7 or 8 rounds, depending on where you want to put one in the pipe. Okay, there's one more I have for the car. Because it is small, I can carry it inside the waistband if I want to, and I do so in this very nice, what's called Rapid Chuck from Vetter Holsters, and has a nice coloring on it. I got the tiger stripe. I don't think they offer tiger stripe anymore. I use horsehide because it just lasts forever, and as you see, it fits in there real good. It kind of has this horsehide that just lasts forever, and After you break it in, it's pretty comfortable. Let me show it to you a little bit more because I'm moving a little fast here. Okay, there you go. All right. Now I'm going to talk to you about how I rotate. Like every 3 or 4 months, like I said. Should be comfortable and it should be shootable. In other words, no sense carrying a gun no matter what its size or how many rounds it carries. If you're not going to shoot and practice with it, it's no good to you. Okay, let me go get the, hold on for just a second and I'll get the, I'll show you the trigger pulls on them. All right, here we go. Now, I never have done trigger weights on my gun to see how much they are. I mean, you know, you read the factory stuff and it tells you all about what it's supposed to be and everything. But I decided to go ahead and break down and get me a Lyman trigger gauge. This one's a digital one. Try not to bore you all too much, but I'll just do them real quick, each one just one time. It's beep, so it's ready to go. Take the safety off. Okay, let's do this one. You can see that. And that one was 4 pounds, 1 ounce. That's pretty dang good. Even for a single action, that's very good. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, the car is a little more interesting because it's a double action only, and it just goes back and back and back and then until it breaks. Let's see how that works. That was 5.1. 5.1, if you can see that. That's not bad. 5 pounds is a good trigger pull. Okay, now this is the one I like the most for right now because I just got it, the HKP 2000, and as you cock it, as I told you in the video, you need to watch the video and I'll show you about the LEM trigger, and the trigger is like pretty wiggly right there, but it does hit a wall, and then once you hit that wall, let me put it down for a second, make a readjustment here, there we go. Okay. Now, see what we can get out of it. £6.3 pounds. That's a little heavier than what I like, but 6 pounds is not bad, but it's not outstanding. So that's what my trigger weight's on there. Now I'll stop boring y'all and I'll put this thing away and tell you all some more things. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to you about the bullets that you carry for concealed carry and for home defense. I would say the ones I like the most for carry, I like this one right here. I'll show you. The Ranger, I told you this in the other videos. This won't be the only one I'll show you, I promise. I know it gets boring after a while. But this is the 127 grain hollow point. And it's a plus P plus. Ranger T. Very good stuff. It's law enforcement ammunition. Alright, now we're going to go down to another 9mm. This is SHT Federal. Let me show you this one. Federal Premium Ammunition. And it's a pretty good round. I mean, it's kind of a plus P round, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or it's SHT. I don't think it's plus P now that I think about it. But it's a very good defensive round. You can find them anywhere. Okay. Now for practice. Oh, first of all, I almost forgot. I'm going to show you the 380 ammunition that my wife uses in her Glock 42. This is the defensive load that she uses. It's the Winchester Train and Defend jacketed hollow point. It looks just like that. Okay, well, y'all can see that. All right. Okay. Okay. I know I'm boring you already. One more, and it's the full metal jacket ammunition that I train and practice with all the time. And I use this right here. I prefer 124 grain NATO. That's what the military has been using all these years. And it's 124 grains, of course. That's what all military 9mm are use. The one thing that I like about them is that they feed really well. I hadn't had any problems with them. I'll show you. It's a full metal jacket. It's very boring to look at. Okay, but it's NATO ammunition. It's Winchester, and guess what? You can go get it for about $15 a box for 50. $15 a box for 50. That is not bad today. The way things are going now, it's not bad at all. Okay. One thing I want to tell you about carrying concealed is if you have a concealed carry license or permit, in most states, not all of them, but about 35 states, I think, 38, you have to look up and type it in the search engine for national reciprocity, license reciprocity, or just look to see if your state license is reciprocal in other states. That what that means, a big fancy word that means, if you carry in your state, you can carry in that state. So in other words, I have a Texas license to carry. I can carry in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. I mean, it's like 35 other states. There's some that don't recognize them at all, like California and New Jersey. You know, those communist, you know, the other states. So, if you do that, you'll be able to carry it in more places. One thing I should tell you too is that if you're going to carry a gun for protection, and you're going to carry it on your person, you've got to have the proper mindset. It's not just something to be tactical, or you think it just looks nice, or hey, I'm a big gun person or whatever. You may have to use it to protect yourself and your family. So if you're not willing to do that, then don't buy a gun. Don't be a concealed carry holder. It's a very awesome responsibility. And now today's information I have for you also is that there is a lot of what's called concealed carry programs, self-defense programs, almost sort of like insurance, basically. There's several of them out there. The one I use originates in Texas. It was first called Texas Law Shield, and now it's called U.S. Law Shield. They take on everybody in the whole country now. There's also one called CCW Safe, which is more Midwestern. And of course there's one that's pretty big that's been advertised everywhere. United States Concealed Carry Association has their own insurance program or self-defense program, I should say. And what it does, it gives you liability. And what's nice is if I were to get into not just with a gun, with U.S. Law Shield, if I get in trouble, have any kind of use of force situation, whether it's a gun or not, I can call them with the hotline that I have and get put right with a lawyer and get them over here to take my case up in case I'm either arrested or if I'm being detained or whatever the case may be. But that is good to have. It really is. It gives me peace of mind, because when I was a law enforcement officer, of course, they had that protection for police officers, which is limited, I can't remember what it's called, limited immunity or immunity or whatever, but it was limited. But now that you don't have that, I don't have that protection anymore, and every civilian out there doesn't have that protection either. These self-defense programs are usually the way to go. They're not terribly expensive, especially if you just cover yourself. You have to look at all of them and see which one you like, and see which ones you feel is best, because I can't tell you which one to get, because that wouldn't be proper. Also, when you're out there carrying, situational awareness. Know where you're at, observe everybody, be ready at a moment's notice. Now, I'm not telling you all to be paranoid, but just be observant and trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right. Also, don't go to places where there's the criminal element, or in my opinion, I would not go into any place that was a bar where there was a lot of alcohol being sold late at night. In Texas, you can anyway. If they have 51% of their sales involve liquor, you cannot legally take your gun in the establishment. That's the law in Texas. It may be different where you live. There are now something like 29 states that have constitutional carry, which simply means that the Second Amendment is your permit, basically. However, even with that, there are some restrictions, federal, private property, things like that. So if you want to carry constitutional carry, make sure you read your state laws very carefully, so you don't get yourself bind up in a situation that you don't want to be in. I talked to you about using snap caps in the morning, or whenever you get up and get ready to put on your gun. Practice a few minutes with that, with the snap caps, because it won't hurt your gun, and it'll get your mind set, and it'll get you ready for the day. One of my EDC things I want to bring up too is a flashlight. You want to have some kind of flashlight on you, even if it's bright daylight. You never know where you're going to go into some situation in some building or whatever, and you're going to need a flashlight. All these LED flashlights that they have now, oh my goodness, they're outstanding. I mean, back in the day when I was a cop, I had to carry things like mag lights and Kel lights that just had, the old candle power lights on them, and they're huge and heavy. Now these little guys will just take good care of you. Now this particular one is a Surefire. I've had it for 13 years, and it's called the Backup. It's a Surefire, and it's called the Backup. Now I think they still sell a version of this one. This is an older model, but basically the end cap has two light switches. And get over here a little bit where y'all can see. There's the bright one, there's the lower one. By just pressing the end of it, just touch it. If you want it to lock, just press it hard and it'll lock. This one has a clip too, so you can put it on your belt or in your trouser pants. Okay, those are good to have. Also, you never know when you're going to need a knife. Sometimes there might be a situation where your gun fails to work or gets knocked out of your hand, and man, you're in the fight for your life, and last ditch effort, right? If you don't have a backup gun like a good snub-nosed .357 Magnum revolver in your pocket, but you have one of these, then to get a good tactical knife is good. This particular one, I believe, is a Gerber, and as you see here, it has a safety switch right here. And what you do is to activate this thing, take the switch off, and then press the button, and the swing blade activates. As you can see, it's like an old switchblade, I guess, but in Texas here, they used to be illegal to have switchblades or anything like that that would operate on a spring like this one does. But that law was repealed a number of years ago. I like this one. It's the right size. It'll do enough. It's about 4 inches long. It's got what they call a tanto type edge here, which comes from Japanese, from the Japanese, and so it works very well for me. And now to close this thing, I just press the button, push it down, lock it, and we're good to go. These are good to have, and they're nice and they fit good in my hand. Show you one more time. And then once you open it, you want to lock it too, so it won't, so it'll stay put. Okay, close it again, lock it. Okay. All right. Now, I do not want to ignore the ladies out there. Okay, the ladies have been carrying probably as much or more as men now, and they want really good equipment just like the men do, and they make all kinds of holsters for ladies too. If a lady wants to wear a skirt or a dress, they even have garter holsters. That's right, garter holsters. And some ladies will want to carry in the purse or whatever, but I really, if you can keep from doing it, off-body carry is not a good option, because if you're carrying a purse, you get knocked down, it goes one way, you go the other, and you can't get to it. Okay, so it's better to have it right on your person if you can. One more thing I'll tell for the ladies, this is really good. There is an organization called agirlandagun.com. It has chapters all over the United States of America. And what they have is they have classes with just female instructors, all female classes, and you can find a chapter near where you are. And it's a club. I think you join the club and they will just teach you and have you shoot and with other ladies, and you'll have a ball. And I'm really glad that really grew, because that was really sorely needed, in my opinion. Okay, all right, I'm taking a lot of time up today, and I'm probably bored y'all a little bit with some of the stuff I talked about. But I just wanted to get it off my chest because I knew how important it was. And if you want an EDC, the one I'm carrying right now is this one, the P2000 9mm, using the Winchester Ranger T 127 plus B plus. My next one will probably be the SA35 high power, and I may go back to this one. I have some other guns too. I may change my mind and go to something else again, but that's what I'm doing right now. Okay. All right. I hope I did give y'all some good information, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. And next time we're going to talk about home defense. And home defense isn't just about handguns, folks. When you're in your home and you got a safe or whatever, you got extra firepower you can rely on. We'll talk about it next time. And it won't be just handguns. It'll be rifles and carbines. Okay? All right, we'll see you then, okay? This is Lone Star Lawman signing off until I see you in my next video. Bye-bye now.